Hey guys, Miss Jaeger here, and welcome to a mid-April update, mini update, he says. Yes, I'm here to do a little quick update to tell you a number of things. First of all, I've got a new series being planned, a new long let's play, he says, yes. And basically, because you may have noticed, we've recently finished the Dawn of War series. Woo! Yay! A series which really was motherfucking annoying to a degree, but actually no, more enjoyable than previously anticipated. Yes, we finally finished that series, which was fun, and we are now on the 51st episode, at the time of this recording, of the Napoleonic Total War campaign, so we've got still a fair amount of episodes to go, but, I may have mentioned before, I finished filming both of them. Not at the same time. Dawn of War was less so. I think I finished Dawn of War 2 weeks before I finished filming the Napoleonic Wars. So, yeah, once again, I bulk record. So, I basically finished off doing the Dawn of War series. I was actually kind of having a nice roll as well, which is that. So, yes, I finished off doing the Dawn of War series and uploaded the last episode on April the 9th, which is lovely. And on the 14th and 13th... Wait, what? Oh, yeah, because I finished... Yeah, so basically on the last episode, it was on that. So, why now a new long Let's Play? We've only just finished on... Well, the thing is, when I finished both series, this was about a good 2 to 3 weeks ago. And for a very long time, in my eyes, it was very boring. Because whilst I did do other things, like I had the holiday going over to Holland, which was lovely, and I also had other games to play around with, Armour to a degree, but I'll get onto that later on in the update. There wasn't really anything for me to do in that respect. I've grown so accustomed to having a Let's Play to continue on with. So for a very long time, I was bored shitless. So now, however many, about 2 to 3 weeks later, I finally caved, and I got myself into looking to other games to play. So, for example, I decided to, I thought, well, what's the new things to try? I did think of Shogun 2. I was very, very, very close to getting Shogun 2 again. Well, I've got it installed. But I've got a series of mods that I changed to it. One of which was it added new provinces into Shogun 2. So instead of having the, you still have the other provinces, but instead of just having, for example, the province of Bungo on Kyushu Island, instead you've got a north and south, which added like 101, apparently was it 101 new factions? I'm just going to have a look at the mod list, because I haven't honestly subscribed to it in a very long time. Oh yeah, expanded Japan, 97 new regions, 101 new factions. And what that meant was, that was going to be the big, long, that was going to be the big, long jostle for like a massive war. It was in Shogun 2, one of the more closest to my favorite Total War games. And it was and I was looking really forward to it. But then I kind of thought to myself, we've just finished, in the sense... we're still in the throngs of doing Napoleon Total War, and as I was saying, at the time, I also had finished a game where I was mainly gunpowder. In fact, I was all gunpowder, and I was going to be playing as the Otomo faction. I was thinking of making it like a Christianity taking over the world sort of thing, but I realized this isn't just me doing a Christianity versus the world sort of thing. This is me saying gunpowder versus Japan. And so it was just going to be more of the same that we had before. So I was like going, maybe not Japan with gunpowder. Maybe another time. I'll do that another time. I've definitely got it on the reserved list. So I thought, well, what else? Well, maybe Warhammer. No, that's still a game that's being updated, and all the mods are going to be shit, because this game is shit for mods. So no, Warhammer is out the picture. Rome 2. Well, I kind of shot myself in the foot with that one, because although Rome 2 would be fantastic to go for, and I definitely think it's a great game, and I love it, I've played it off screen. Because I've played the Divide et Impera mod, but I didn't record it because I wanted to play it on my own, and I wanted to have my own little thing. Skip forward about 300 turns later, over the course of the I was playing it whilst I was playing Napoleon and Dawn of War, so I've played it too much and I would just be bored of it, so I'm just like, no, gotta go with something else. So I finally came on to Attila. Yes, Attila, the first game which caused problems. But don't worry, because I found a mod. Yes, this is a mod known as the Terminus Mod, which is in the description because I like it that much, I'm promoting it. And no, I've not been asked to by the guy who said it, this is my own fruition. I like this mod and I think it's something nice. And if you're a fan of the Attila Total War series and you feel that the game could do something to revitalize it with, you want something that adds new factions, then yeah, there we go, you've got it. Spartans are in this one. You're welcome. So anyway, yes, the mod, basically what I'm running, along with a few quality of life mods, is the Terminus Total War Imperium. Now, it's in beta, or beta, if you're American, so it's not 100% finished. There are going to be bugs, there are going to be things that may not work for you completely. The guy is working on this as much as he can. I think he's got a few there's a few authors of this mod as well, so they are working on it, and it is being done. But it's a really nice mod. It came out in January of this year, so it's a very recent mod, and it's shot to the top. So on tomorrow, at the time of this recording, Sunday, Easter, happy Easter. Hopefully you guys have had a lovely Easter. I know I have. Basically, this guy it's been shot up to the top, and I think it's very well deserved. It's a very good mod, it's very polished, and it feels like an expansion pack. And the general gist of the mod is that it's an alternative history campaign. Yes, I'm on the Steam page, I don't want to fuck it up. It adds 14 new factions, a new kingdom and empire formation missions for all the playable factions, so you don't have to worry about it. So, like, you can have sort of, it's like a customized mission faction, so basically, the original factions are all sort of split around, so Rome is no longer just one solid faction, and the same goes for the Eastern Romans. You get different new generals and different new units, and it just makes the game a lot more enjoyable. You just get so much more out of the game, basically. And what I like the most about it is it adds the non-linearity of the original Rome games I love, because what I love the most about those games is the fact that you can do anything. In Rome 1, for example, you can be the Egyptians but sail to Britain. You in Rome in bloody to a degree Shogun, not a good example. In Medieval 2, not my favorite game. I mean, everyone else loves it and I cannot deny that it is probably one of the better games in the series. You can pretty much do whatever the hell you want. And that's completely fine. Personally, I'm not a big fan. I do not enjoy Medieval 2 as much as I enjoy Rome 1. If I had to pick between the two, Rome 1 is always going to be my love and joy. She was the game that got me into it. She was the game that still is making me love it. Anyway, so, so for me, what I loved is the freedom. The freedom to do whatever the fuck, you want. And it is amazing. I love it. And what I get from this mod is that freedom. It's that sense of non-linearity. So, with that out of the way, yes, so I'm going to be rolling with that. And to celebrate this particular new Let's Play, or long Let's Play, I am going to upload 4 episodes. That's right, I'm doing the 2-episode piece style, and I'm going to start with 2 batches of 4 episodes to indicate my love for the series, as well as also to start out, because I think the first 4 episodes, I'm not going to spoil anything, gets pretty intense. We have love, we have sadness, we have happiness, and we have anger, all rolled into 4 loving episodes which set us off in the right direction. Also allows me to bulk record. But anyway, so yes, that's going to be going on with that, and on the Monday you'll be seeing that. So if you like it, let me know, and if you want to check out the mod, there is also there. Also on the day, I already mentioned in the video. Well, I'll also put in the description my collection of mods which I play alongside with. It doesn't break the game, but it's a few quality of life mods which makes it a little easier to play with. So anyway, jumping on to the next subject. What is the next subject? A quick note on armor, because I've noticed we haven't really seen any armor videos in quite some time. I think the last one I did was Pushing the Front, which was on the 13th of March. And as far as I'm aware, yes, I have not uploaded any Armor videos since. Do not worry, that is still coming. Armor 3 is still being done, but the thing is, Armor, basically the reason why I haven't been able to, or I haven't uploaded videos, is because of the fact that when we're jumping on servers, it's more of a server-side issue problem. Basically, we'll jump into a mission, and because my clan recently, the clan that I'm with, 3rd RB, recently changed the server style that we're doing, we basically keep encountering really horrible lag and desync issues. So the AI that we're going up against will rubber band itself, and we end up going into missions where, you know, 30 or 40 minutes, or about 30 to 40 minutes in, we have to stop. Or we have, you know, and for a while we have to stand still and let the AI in the game sort itself out before we finally come back up to the top. And it is really annoying because it ends up, it ends up with the game being ruined to a degree, because either people quit because they're either bored or they just get fed up with it, or, you know, I think it's more likely what occurs, depending on whether it's a main campaign op or not, the game ends the mission ends quickly, because it's like the game just turns to shit. And it's a real shame because, you know, we get really good missions and then we have to stop them because the game just won't hack it. I noticed there is a number of people complaining about Armor in that sense, that it does occur like that, and, you know, the game's never bloody optimized, or they're always, I think I watched a video made by Matimus a while ago, talking about how, you know, the game is always a patch below its, behind itself. So it's like, you know, the features that they improve, the features that they fix in one patch, but then they add something else to the game, which then results in that particular set of features being broken. So, yeah, it probably is one of those occasions, but I still love Armor. It's more or less, it's fine. It just, again, it's dependent on the server, unfortunately, but yeah. So anyway, I have got some footage for you guys. I shall be rendering it and uploading it soon, so do not fret. Yeah, so that's pretty much the thing on that one. The other thing I was going to talk to you guys about is World of Tanks, because you may or may not know about the whole patch situation. Basically, Wargaming, whilst I was in Holland, started doing the common test server for patch 9.18, and I did record it. When I got back, I jumped on the PC. I had a day off to try and sort of just get back from getting, you know, doing all that stuff, and I jumped on the PC, and as you can see, I'll just get onto the thing because I completely misclicked on that one. There we go. There you can see. Love how he does that. I have got the first episode and the second episode. Oop, wrong one. And the second episode all recorded, but I think it's all out of date. In fact, I think I know it's all out of date because there's been a whole malarkey with regards to the light tank situation. So, yeah. Fun times in that regard. Anyway, so basically what's occurred is the whole shtick with the light tank thing. For those of you who don't know, basically Wargaming initialized the test server with the light tanks in a really strong state. They had very good view range, the tank capacity, you know, the armor characteristics is good. Everything was working out really fine for them. And then Wargaming had a mini patch where they basically took all of that away, and it resulted in many people getting annoyed. Even Quickie Baby jumped onto the YouTubes and started saying how much of that was bullshit. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I'm not a light tank driver, but that decision that they made was a particularly Gaijin-esque decision, you know. A really strong decision to give light tanks a role back, you know, to give the light tanks a strong role back in World of Tanks. Because right now, they don't really do much. I mean, sure, they spot the enemy team, and if you're not paying attention, they can get round your flanks and kill your artillery. But that's all they really can do. They can do some killing runs, and depending on the light tank you're driving, can also hit you with a pretty big shell. But again, there's nothing really as powerful or as potential that they have. And now it's just an occasion of, well, shit. Now, the general theme is basically they decided to change the light tanks by reducing their view range characteristics. I don't know if they have changed it. You know, again, this was released like over a week ago, so things might have changed. They might have rescinded on the decision, so take what I say with a pinch of salt. But I have not seen a major revert, or heard about a major revert. So they basically made it so that instead of having the ability to have very good view range naturally, which means they could probably dedicate themselves, you know, which could allow light tank drivers to dedicate other roles for their equipment modules. So, for example, maybe a light spore liner to deal with ramming, or maybe a vertical stabilizer if they're, for example, in their AMX 105. 13105, or maybe they're in their the T100 and they want to have something like an enhanced gun laying drive, or another slot for camo, just something else other than coated optics and binos. They basically forced the players to have coated optics or binos, and as well as a bunch of other skills. Now the thing is, that does not really make any sense because of medium tank, because that kind of is a dick move, because medium tanks can do that, and right now they're doing that. You know, medium tanks have that ability, and medium tanks have much better combat characteristics. So it feels a bit like the potential that the light tanks had to make themselves even more unique has been taken away, and instead we're now no better than the tier 10 medium tanks. But to be honest with you, if you give a player, you know, most video games, if you give a player either an ability which, you know, with a bit of skill and a bit of knowledge they can do really well in, or an easier method, they're going to take the easier method, and to a degree, the medium tank is the easier method because they have more health, they have more armor, and they have more ammunition for their guns. I mean, before, when I recorded the 1390s and all the other vehicles, they were already kind of limited on their, on their ammunition consumption. The AMX 105 had only 24 shells as an autoloader, so that means you got to spam the gold. In other vehicles, you only had a very limited number of ammunition. I think the only vehicle that had a semi-decent level of ammunition was possibly the German and the American, and also the Chinese. But now, ever since then, now it's just the Chinese that has the most combat characteristic style. And to a degree, I kind of focus more on the combat characteristics because I'm not really a light tank driver, so I focus on fighting capacity rather than spotting mechanics. But if the Chinese is the best option to go for if you are one of those light tank drivers who is a little bit more aggressive than, say, than your average one, then that's kind of a bit of a dick move, especially if, for example, you've been training up a high-level crew from, say, Germany, maybe from America. You know, you really enjoy the T-49, and when you heard about the Sheridan, it was like the most amazing thing to come true, and then all of a sudden it shits on you. So, you know, I don't really think that was a very good decision on Wargaming's part. I definitely feel that kind of decision-making was equivalent to a Gaijin decision. It was not as horrible or horrendous as a Gaijin decision because it does not affect me as much, but if I was a light tank driver, I would feel the same level of anger if it was a Gaijin decision. Though I suppose on a more positive attribute, though this is kind of a little insignificant in comparison, no artillery in platoons. I am very happy to hear about this. Because basically with the new artillery, also with regards to the whole patch regarding artillery, they basically reduced the maximum level of artillery in a game to just 3. But the problem is, fucking scumbags are going to platoon up, which means that problem where you're going to be, you know, zeroed in, regardless of whether now the stun mechanic is going to do less damage. If 3 scumbags are paying attention to you, you are going to die. Whereas now, no. It is just awesome, and I think it would be a lot better. And it also said it facilitate the team cooperation. No, it won't. It will, however, aid the matchmaker in creating balanced teams. Yes. The matchmaker side of it, fine. The cooperation side of it, fuck off, Wargaming. You know World of Tanks is a cesspit of diatribe nightmare. And that sounds harsh to some players out there, but you know what I'm talking about. If you've played this game for longer than a month, you will know what I mean. So anyway, that's my part on that subject. And I've been going now for about 20 minutes. So yes, there you go, guys. Arma 3, gonna get video, hopefully, you know, videos are coming, so don't worry about that. New Attila series, which is going to be coming out tomorrow at the time of this recording, and also, or today, depending on which way I upload it. I think I definitely will try and get the video up. So hopefully tomorrow, Monday the 17th, to be exact, of April. And also, World of Tanks is going to basically, I'm probably going to have to just upload on when it releases video rather than the excuse me, the test server. So I apologize, but yeah, it's just been a nightmare on that one. Anyway, I will catch you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you everyone once again for the subscriptions. We're nearly 900 subscribers. Thank you ever so much to all of you. I do appreciate it. And it sounds like I'm not, but I honestly do. I mean, you know, this is the biggest thing in my life right now. Right now, there is, you know, I've got work, I've got friends, I've got family, and I'm always happy about that. And what, you know, and this, but this for me is my thing. I do this. You know, I do living history. I love, oh, you know what? I'm going to say it. I enjoy watching anime, and I've been to a few events. I'm not a weeb. I've got fucking... Okay. Shit. Okay. There you go. This is the kind of shit I love watching. You know, so I enjoy loads of things, but the thing I love doing the most is watching and doing and playing with the YouTube aspect. I enjoy watching videos on YouTube, obviously. I love playing video games and recording them up for the YouTube, and I always love watching and hearing about your comments. If you compliment me, that's fine, but it's more of the comment side of things. Anyway, I'll shut up now. So I will catch you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for sticking with the channel. I will see you next time. Have a happy Easter, and have fest. Don't get too full on chocolate. You'll puke.